Here is how to start and enjoy creating content on social media. A lot of creators, including myself, has at one point lost the joy of creating content as a result of maybe hyper-focusing on the numbers or not even knowing how to go about content creation, and then just disappeared, and then they don't know how to come back, they don't know where to start from, they don't know if they should continue, and so on and so forth. On my personal Instagram page, I hadn't posted there nearly 2 years, and so there was that fear of coming back, knowing how to start, knowing where to start from. And these are the things that I learned that I believe will help you in your content creation journey. When I went on that break and I wanted to come back, I was hyperventilating because I was like, where do I begin? Where do I start from? How do I begin? Especially because I was coming back with the intention to create content intentionally, build an audience and a loyal community. And it's like, I don't really know where to start from. So I did a little experiment and decided that since I'm scared of just coming back just like that and just start posting content for a page that has not seen content in nearly 2 years, I decided to start by lowering the barrier. If you want to start content creation and you want to enjoy the process, I encourage you to lower the barrier. Don't decide to start by just getting all this gear and posting directly on your feed. You can do that, but do things that will help you lower the barrier. You can create a separate page where you can experiment. For Instagram specifically, I started posting on my stories. I challenged myself to post on my stories for 30 days. It's reduced that anxiety of coming back, like, oh my God, you're coming back after a long time. An Instagram story disappears after 24 hours. So in my mind, it's like, I'm just going to post, and if it's not nice, it's still going to disappear. So that's not a problem for me. And of course, because I lowered the barrier to creation, I was enjoying it because I knew that nothing I was doing was permanent. I got to explore, find out if I had an engaging community. And to my surprise, I noticed that people on my Instagram page actually started sending me DMs. Like, there was a little engagement on my page, even though I wasn't using my Instagram page, that particular page, actively for over a year. So you can either start by creating content on your stories if you already know the kind of content you want to make, or you can create a whole new page and do all your experimentation there. And because nobody that really knows you follows you there, that fear of like creating content then evaporates, and you're able to experiment and see what works and see what does not work. And to be honest, it actually trains you to build that mental fortitude. So if you're used to getting like one like or one story view or whatever, when you start posting on your feed, when you've developed that confidence to start posting on your actual page or start telling people about it, then there's going to be that like, I don't care kind of mindset. Like, even if nobody likes it, even if nobody comments, I've posted it, because you've already trained your mind to not let those things bother you as much through like those low barrier to creation strategies that you put in place when starting out. In addition to lowering the barrier for creation, I would also encourage you to lower your expectations. Now, I know that sounds crazy. Why would someone tell you to lower your expectations? You see, now that I was posting on my story, I had the mindset that, first of all, you've not been active for over a year. So don't expect to just come back and then all of a sudden people will be like, hey, Benny, like, I mean, it might work for some people like that, but I believe that for the bulk number of people need to take time to know you, like you, and trust you. That's the KLT factor of content creation. So before they even get to the point where they become an engaged audience or a loyal fan or following, you need them to know you, like you, and trust you. So for people that don't know you, and because they don't know you, they can't particularly like you or trust you, you can't just go there and think, I'm going to start creating content and I'm going to get 1 billion likes. It doesn't work that way. So I would encourage you to lower your expectations. It will take a lot of heartbreak from the equation for you as a content creator. Because my expectations were literally non-existent, my focus was just create an engaging community, and I don't like expect anything in return, but I will put in the effort to be myself and to show up for the 30 days of the Instagram story challenge. And in doing that, in lowering my expectation, even though I get one DM, one response, one vote, or one comment on my posts, that meant the world to me. It's like, hey, I'll tell like the people around me, people are engaging because to me, like, that was a big deal. The fact that one person took time out of their day to comment, to leave a comment, to leave a like, to engage with the story, it meant a lot. I was no longer like hyper focusing on the numbers. And so that really helped me to just enjoy the process. And my third point is plan. This will help you because when you're starting and you want to enjoy content creation, to be very honest with you, part of what leads to stress with content creation is not planning. I know that sounds very counterintuitive, like, no, you're just meant to have fun with it. But if you do not plan, and let's say you miss a day, and then you miss 2 days, and then you miss 3 days, and you're scared of coming back, that anxiety now leads you to stop creating for a long period of time. And then when you want to come back, you're scared of coming back again. But if you have a plan, even if maybe not like a very solid plan, but just some sort of plan, that helps you to have some sort of consistency or realistic frequency in such a way that you can actually keep showing up. So I'm doing my master's in business and I had an exam coming up. And after the 30-day story challenge, I was now finally ready to jump into the water and do like a 30-day self-control challenge on my Instagram feed. I was like thinking, oh, I have an exam. I don't want to be posting on Instagram and preparing for my exam. I would feel stressed. I would feel overwhelmed. I remember God telling me, you will not feel overwhelmed if you plan. And he was so right, because listening to that instruction, I decided, okay, let me plan. So I still had a couple of days to the exam. I made the decision that anytime I take the effort to dress up, to go out to school, for example, I must shoot a video. The focus was build that habit of at least just shooting. So if you have already shot a video, it's easier to edit and post it. And what even made it easy for me to shoot was anytime I get an idea, I would quickly write it. So I had built like a system. I had made a plan. When the exams were closed and I needed to, start that challenge, all those videos that I had made a habit of creating once I was going out, those videos came in handy. And so I was able to edit them and schedule them out. There are so many scheduling platforms or scheduling apps that you can use. You can schedule posts on Instagram. You can also schedule on YouTube. When I would wake up, even though I had an exam that day, the post is already created, is already edited. I would literally just post it. If it's already scheduled, even better, it just posts automatically. And all those things just made me to be consistent. So you might think that planning will make you, I'm not going to be flexible enough. But to be honest with you, it actually makes the process easier. And then finally, my fourth point, you need to diversify your content. And the reason this is important is because content creation can get boring. No matter how much you love it, if you're just doing one thing over and over and over and over and over again, especially because you're a creative in some way, if you're creating content. In fact, you're a creative if you're God's child. If you're a child of God, you're a creative. So diversifying your content basically means you can figure out ways to make it fun for yourself by introducing new characters to your content. Maybe by shooting with a friend or with a family member. It helps to keep things fun for you, spicy. And finally, my encouragement to you is to remember, all work works. I learned this from Myron Golden. He's a biblical finance teacher here on YouTube. And that basically means that regardless of how long your process is taking, regardless of what the journey looks like, remember that what you're doing is not in vain. You're picking up skills. You're learning things that will improve your value in the marketplace, improve you as a creator, improve you as a person in general. Because I can tell you one thing this process has taught me is patience. I've realized I'm a very patient person. I wasn't always patient, and it's something that I have been forced to learn. I've learned to look at the bigger picture. I've learned to not hyper focus on numbers. I've learned a lot of things that I would not have learned if I was not on this content creation journey. If you got any value from this video, kindly give this video a thumbs up, like this video. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly click on that subscribe button down below. And you can also check out this video right here. See you there.